What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. What a crazy couple of days in the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin hitting 38.5. That's a low we've had for 2 months. But what is going on? And are we about to see the end of this bearish move on both Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? Well, I've got it for you in this video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash a like. Let's start by taking a quick look at the overall cryptocurrency market right now. So 1.54 trillion, and our fear and greed index are at 49. That's kind of crazy. We haven't been there for a while. Bitcoin hovering around 39.5, albeit starting to move a little bit in the last half an hour or so. 22.34 on Ethereum. The rest of the market looking pretty bearish over the last 24 to 48 hours. So ultimately, what have we seen? What have we had? For those of you that have been in my live streams, you know that I was away last night. But ultimately, we get this. FTX selling about $1 billion of Grayscale Bitcoin ETF shares. Now, remember, they are the shares on the ETF. Therefore, the ETF then needs to sell the Bitcoin to pay them back in cash. So there's two things with this. One, yes, they are selling. Yes, they are liquidating their position within Grayscale. However, secondly is this to start the liquidity for the new relaunch of FTX token? They will have to buy back in to many different crypto assets. We know Mike Novogratz is part of it and is certainly supporting it. But it's interesting that we see this significant sell-off with a view then to buying back in $1 billion. Now, remember, they recovered about enough funds to pay all the debts and equally, not to the investor's mind, just to clear some of the debt. So very, very interesting that actually they continue FTX to sell and ultimately about $2 billion. Absolutely crazy to think about. That's why we're seeing it, as well as the continuation of Grayscale continuing to sell. So here's some of the orders that went in. You can see that over the number of days. In particular, take focus of these top few, which is literally every single day, a huge amount, over 11,000, 13,000, 10,000, 14,000, significant Bitcoin selling. If you think the previous time they sold 3,500 and 10,000 back over in 2022 when they purchased 635,000 Bitcoin, absolutely ridiculous, $20,000. So a significant return to all of those investors that are in the GBTC that obviously is now converted over to a spot ETF. So interesting to think about that. Now, what else did we have? Well, a lot of people were super bullish on those spot Bitcoin ETFs. A lot of people expected a massive rally. I was hearing 60K, 70K, 90K. What we see here, though, is calls versus puts. Ultimately, people buy calls expecting a price rise. Puts is ultimately a sell. You can see there, look at the 50K. A lot of people expected a massive, massive move on Bitcoin, and we simply didn't get it. Now, you might say, well, it was all strategically orchestrated. There's a reason that Grayscale put their tax at 1.5% because they knew people would sell. Very interesting. The market expected one thing and got another. All of that brought together does ultimately make a concern in the market, does ultimately leave the bulls feeling exhausted, and that's why they will turn to selling their Bitcoin. On top of that, ultimately we see GBTC as well selling on part of that. So two big catalysts that have pushed the market down right now. Before we go any further into this video, I just want to introduce you to Crypto Trading Fund. I've actually partnered up with these guys to offer a blockchain generated passive income system, ultimately an innovative network and platform where many actively serve as you, connecting you to the framework of generating passive income through blockchain technology. I will leave the link in the description. They are on a number of different platforms in which you can swap. They have a fantastic platform that you can use, the white paper, the community and everything else, and they have a Ethereum paired token as part of this project, ultimately allowing Crypto Trading Fund to support you in building passive income for more profit. Now, ultimately, we will talk a little bit about this more as the course goes on, but do check them out. Link will be in the description. So what else is going on with Bitcoin? Like I said, we interestingly now start to see a little bit of a move in the price. So we start to see about 0.25. We want to see this 4711. Now, the fact that we see GBTC selling off their Bitcoin, is this the bottom? Was FTX the big catalyst? And now we start to see the move back up. It's important that we stay very close to this. A lot of metrics are starting to look that way. So obviously the MACD has switched. We want to see the MACD come back up, get that cross back over the signal line, could signify a nice move. Likewise, we see volume starting to come back in on the chart oscillator prime. Likewise, Bitcoin now having a little bit of a rally. This is where we need to be at, 47.39, still quite significantly under the 200 moving average, but everything is starting to move in the upwards side. We were looking at liquidations earlier on my live stream, and actually there is a significant amount, about $500 million sat between that top range of about 44, 46,000. So we could see a big upside. Now everything's out. The markets are settled and there is no more big selling. Well, we might just be about ready to see a big Bitcoin move. As ever, though, let me know in the description. No, you don't. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think is going on with the market? Where is your price target set? And as ever, keep an eye on what the money is doing. Keep an eye on what people are saying and ultimately get ready because we could be about to see some significant volatility. But in the long term, I think we're all going to do just fine. Let me know in the comments. As ever, don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We'd love to be part of our community. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.